Written language is basically divided into poetry and prose. Prose is normally written in sentences, and the sentences are arranged in paragraphs. Poetry is also usually written in sentences, but the basic unit of poetry is the line, which may or may not consist of a complete sentence. And the lines are usually grouped into sections or stanzas, sometimes called verses, especially when people are talking about the lyrics or words of a song. But some poems may be written continuously without being broken up into sections. Sometimes the pattern of the lines and stanzas is very regular, and sometimes it isn't. Very simply then, from a technical point of view, poetry is distinguished from prose by its structure. That word verse is also sometimes used to describe poetry in general, especially when we're talking about it from the point of view of its technical features. But there's also an aesthetic element that's less easy to define. Sometimes people may talk about a piece of prose as being poetic. For example, Henry David Thoreau wrote, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived." And formally, this is prose, but it has some of the aesthetic qualities of poetry, so much so that you may sometimes see it chopped up into lines and presented as a poem. Equally, some of what comes under the formal definition of poetry is not what many of us think of as poetical. For example, Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. Everywhere that Mary went, that lamb was sure to go. This is the first part of a popular children's nursery rhyme. It's written in lines, and the lines are divided into stanzas. It also has rhymes and a regular rhythmic structure, which are often features of poetry. From a technical point of view, we can call it poetry, but people may feel it lacks the aesthetic qualities that we associate with poetry. One way we can develop our appreciation of poetry is by looking at the way poets use technical features to achieve an effect. But before we can talk about how they use those features, we have to be able to identify them. As the course progresses, we'll be looking more and more at how poets use those technical features to create certain effects. But basically, I'm dealing in a practical way with the formal aspects of poetry. I'm not trying to tackle the more abstract question of what is poetry from an aesthetic or philosophical point of view. I think that's as much as I need to say at this stage. Let's move forward and take a look at some of the basic techniques, starting with rhythm.